First noticed it on a Wednesday morning. The hulking black silhouette parked outside a child's bedroom door like a statue carved from midnight. A 130-pound cane corso named Draco refused to budge. Not for food. Not for water. Not even when Marcus Patterson tried luring him away with leftover brisket. 72 hours. That's how long he stayed there, muscles coiled, eyes fixed on a point only he seemed to understand. No one knew the reason. Not yet. But what this family would eventually uncover would rewrite every assumption they had about the ancient, invisible thread tying certain dogs to certain children. This is Draco. And the child he refused to surrender was 6-year-old Stormy Patterson. 8 months before the vigil at the hallway door, the Pattersons had driven to an overcrowded Atlanta shelter, just to look. That's what they always said, just looking. But the moment they passed the third row of kennels, something shifted. There he was. Jet black. Head massive as a boulder. Eyes that looked like they carried storms in them. 3 years old. Returned twice. The shelter director whispered the warning like a secret she'd repeated too many times. He bonds hard. Too hard. Protective. Obsessively protective. Families get overwhelmed. Marcus felt the weight of the dog's stare on his spine. Kesha felt something else. An almost gravitational pull. And then there was Stormy. Tiny, recovering from her third treatment cycle for an autoimmune condition that had stolen her energy, her appetite, sometimes even her voice. While her parents exchanged hesitations, Stormy walked right up to the kennel. Her fingers curled around the bars, steady despite their weakness. "Hi, big guy," she whispered. "You look like you need somebody." "I do too." Something flickered behind Draco's eyes. Then a single slow tail wag, his first in half a year. That was it. Decision made. Draco came home with instructions thicker than a college textbook. Stormy's immune system was fragile. Her episodes came without warning. Draco needed distance, patience, gentleness. Only Draco hadn't read the manual. From night one, he assigned himself to Stormy like a self-appointed guardian. He ate when she ate, slept when she slept, planted himself between her and anything that dared approach too fast. He stationed himself outside her room each night, motionless except for the rise and fall of his breath. "He's on guard," Marcus muttered more than once. "But against what? We're in our own house." 2 months later, Stormy's condition spiraled. Fever. Swelling. Lab numbers that made doctors exchange quiet, urgent glances. They admitted her immediately. Draco's reaction was catastrophic. He wouldn't leave the front door. Barely blinked. Refused all food. 48 hours passed. Then another day. Then another. "This dog is crashing emotionally," Marcus said, half angry, half scared. Kesha made the call no one expected. "Can he visit?" "Just once. She keeps calling for him." After mountains of paperwork, they approved a single, brief meeting in the garden. Draco saw Stormy in her wheelchair, pale, small, and 4 taped to her arm, and the tough, unshakable dog trembled. He lowered his head onto her lap as if anchoring himself to her. Stormy pressed her fingers into his fur. "I'm trying to get better," she whispered. Draco stayed frozen at her feet until the nurses said the visit had to end. When Stormy returned home 11 days later, Draco resumed his position, but now with a new ritual. Every night at 2:30 a.m. he nudged her door open, patted inside and pressed his nose gently, sternum, ribs, back. 15 seconds each spot. Patient. Deliberate. Marcus called it night patrol. Kesha called it checking her breathing. But neither of them truly understood. Not until 2:51 a.m. on a night 3 weeks later. During his usual check, Draco went rigid. Ears back. Body stiff. Then, 3 explosive, alarming barks that ripped Marcus and Kesha from sleep. They ran. Stormy lay motionless. Her lips blue. Her chest still. Kesha lunged forward, beginning CPR through sobs. Marcus called 911 with shaking hands. Draco pressed himself against Stormy's legs, refusing to look away. The paramedics revived her. Barely. It was an anaphylactic shutdown, the doctor explained. A few more minutes and... She didn't finish the sentence. Kesha did. Our dog found her. Not us. The doctor stared. You mean he knew? Stormy remained in the hospital 6 days. This time, the hospital bent its own rules. Draco was allowed daily visits. Each day he walked in, placed his head beside her hand and turned into stone, a silent sentinel. When she finally came home, Draco resumed his post. And now they understood what those nightly checks had been. He hadn't been watching her. He'd been monitoring her. A living alarm before the crisis. 8 months later, Stormy is thriving. Taking slow walks with Draco, her palm resting on his enormous head. You saved me, she tells him every night. Draco doesn't need to respond. He's already answered with every hour he stood watch. For 3 months straight, a 180-pound black cane corso disappeared into the darkness every single night. And every dawn, his family found him the same way. Exhausted, covered in mud, cuts on his paws, dirt across his chest. No one knew where he went. They tried following him, it didn't work. They tried locking him inside, he clawed the doors until they gave up. Every night he vanished, and every sunrise he returned. And then one night, everything they thought they knew about this dog changed. In a way both terrifying and unbelievably beautiful. This was Cerberus. And this is the story of a guardian no one understood until it was almost too late. Cerberus wasn't always a mystery. He was a problem first. Greg, a man living outside Nashville, adopted him as a puppy. He dreamed of the perfect family protector. And Cerberus delivered, almost too well. By the time he turned 3, he was 180 pounds of solid muscle. A jet black coat that swallowed light. And eyes that tracked every movement within 100 feet. He didn't bark at strangers. He stared. He blocked the mailman. He stood between Greg's family and anyone who stepped near the porch. Friends stopped visiting. Kids were afraid to enter the yard. Greg's wife felt like a prisoner in her own home. Eventually, Greg made the hardest decision of his life. He drove Cerberus to a high-kill shelter 2 counties away. And walked out without looking back. Cerberus wasn't an easy dog at the shelter. He didn't wag his tail, didn't press his nose to the bars. He just watched, cold, still, unmoving. Until Michael and Sarah walked in. They weren't looking for a pet. They were looking for a guardian. They had just bought a 40-acre farmhouse deep in rural Kentucky, surrounded by woods, isolated from neighbors. And they had heard things. Stories about roaming dog packs, coyotes, and things in the trees people preferred not to talk about. When they saw Cerberus, they knew. We'll take him, Michael said. The shelter director warned them. His last owner surrendered him because he was too protective. He's intense. But Sarah looked at Cerberus. And for the first time in 6 months his tail moved. Just once. But it moved. Cerberus came home that Saturday. But he wasn't like other dogs. He didn't curl up on the couch. He didn't follow them around asking for affection. He had a job. And affection wasn't part of it. During the day he patrolled the property line, walking the same route again and again, eyes scanning the tree line like a soldier on watch. At night he sat on the porch, motionless for hours, staring into the darkness. Then one night he vanished. 3 weeks after adoption, Michael woke up at 2:47 a.m. Cerberus wasn't on the porch. The doors were locked. But he was gone. At dawn he returned. Panting, filthy, scratched up, trembling with fatigue. He drained an entire bowl of water and collapsed. The same thing happened the next night. And the next. For 3 months, every night, Cerberus disappeared. They set up cameras, he found the blind spots. They tried following, he froze until they went back inside. They kept him indoors, he scratched the door like he was suffocating. One morning, while cleaning a fresh wound on his shoulder, Sarah whispered, "He's not running away, he's protecting something." Michael didn't buy it. Protecting what? There's nothing out there but trees. But Sarah knew guardian breeds. Cane Corsos weren't pets. They were ancient Roman estate protectors, hardwired to defend land and family. Cerberus wasn't misbehaving. He was doing exactly what he was bred to do. But the wounds worried them. He was losing weight. His paws were cracked and bleeding. Whatever he was fighting, it was destroying him. Then came the night everything came together. At 11:43 p.m. they heard it. Deep, aggressive barking. A pack. Getting closer. Michael grabbed a flashlight. Dozens of glowing eyes moved through the darkness. A pack of stray dogs approaching the farmhouse. Cerberus. He exploded out of the woods like a black missile. A 180-pound wall of fury. He hit the pack leader and flipped him on his back. Within seconds the pack scattered. Cerberus stood there, chest heaving, blood dripping from his neck. At the emergency vet, a man holding his injured golden retriever stared at him. That's him. He saved my dog from that same pack tonight. The vet examined Cerberus. He's been doing this for a while, hasn't he? This dog has been protecting your entire area alone every night. Sarah wrapped her arms around Cerberus's massive neck. All this time, this was your love language, wasn't it? Cerberus leaned into her and closed his eyes. Because love doesn't always look soft. Sometimes it looks like scars. Sometimes it looks like standing guard when no one's watching. Cerberus wasn't cold. He was committed. They first noticed it on a Wednesday morning. The hulking black silhouette parked